I think we're getting an airship. Is that topless Gav?
I were right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Iron Yard's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Tharm?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
I love the language in this game.
Everyone with me? Here they come.
Wait, what? They're all confused? Oh no, I thought they would like lost the... That's a lot of enemies. I thought they were just like... didn't know what to do.
How are we doing, Mid? I thought you said that ship was fast!
Ultima doing some necromancy. I think it's like they've been corrupted. Like they've in a way, I suppose, like they've been corrupted by this aether, and they die as a result, and they're like being used as puppets. But fuck no, they haven't really like given us any clear-cut instructions on what the fuck Ultima's capable of, other than it's a being like beyond our understanding. We let the protagonist attack first. I mean, when he can do shit like that, I'd let him attack first. It's really good as this game, JJ. It's bloody long though. Like, I've put in 35, maybe 40 hours at this point, and we still got like 20% of the main story to go. We have been doing every side quest as we come up to them, but yeah, it's really good.
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
No,
Clive?
don't kill Gav off. Wait, wasn't he dead?
But I thought he was.
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Shit.
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner.
Fuck yeah.
No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate, new plan! You leave, we follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through an Eddie's veins. These foes will not fall easily. But
Are you sure about that? I'll make him fall.
Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards.
Which game made you a gamer?
Let's do the lot.
That depends on your definition, Headhunter. I grew up playing, like, the first video games I think I was ever introduced to was the original Doom. But I grew up playing NES, Commodore, and Atari 2600. But if you mean, oh Jesus, there are a lot of them. Games that push me to my limit. Well, Sekiro Damageless, Sekiro with one finger, 2 copies of Dark Souls at the same time,
Wait for my signal!
which I was written about in the news. The list goes on. Voice is low in the game. It usually is in the action sequences. There we go. I'll boost myself up. Thank you, villain.
Right, run for it!
Nice. Thank you for the follow as well. I don't know if my alerts are working. They're temperamental fuckers. Oh, Hexen. I remember that one, yeah. Hexen was cool. Did he land on his ass? I missed that. Oh my god. I've tried the Dragon Quest games. I've tried 2 of them in fact, and they're very, very charming, and I love what they're going for. But a lot of just text and dialogue, and
Now, mate!
I didn't have great experiences with them. But I saw what they were going for, and I was like, you know, I appreciate this, but not quite my jam. I played the Wii hack and slash Dragon Quest. I played that a lot actually. Contra's pretty hype. Played Super Contra a ton growing up. Hexen was a regular rental back in the day. Fuck yeah. I don't think I've ever beaten a Hexen game though. I just really dug the aesthetic of them. I think I was more into Quake and Doom. Oh no.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Free Cities of Canberra.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye. And they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah. You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Randalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
We're gonna get an army?
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back.
Your best uncle ever?
Cheerio.
I like that he gets his hands stuck in as well. He's not just like, oh no, I'm of noble heritage. I'm not gonna. Nah, he gets involved. I like Byron. You can't unsee now it's over.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Hell yeah. This is gonna get sick. Oh, it's Dion. So last we saw Dion, we were looking after him as he recovered. But he's still not fully recovered, and he's left. He left the infirmary.
What have I done?
Oh, it's that young girl again.
Lord.
Wait, do we get to sail around in the water? Nah, surely not. Second side quest? No. Sweet. Naldea Narrow. Sea monsters? Do we get to see Leviathan?
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd take 'em forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Because we know
Sails
animals.
on the horizon.
She's
We know
ours.
animals can have icons, because Torgal has an icon. Or is a dominant. So what's to say that we won't just like...
Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Do you feel
What's
that?
to say we won't see
All hands!
Leviathan?
Out stations!
Because that would be sick.
Let's see what this girl can do.
Cabin Fever? That's such a good song. Oh shit, we caught up to him already? Damn.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Oh shit. You're gonna have to block it, guys.
Yes!
Oh.
Barnabas.
Hard port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
I hope there's a sea monster. That looks like the Penetrator from Demon Souls. Oh, we're just gonna ram him?
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Bloody hell! How to stop it!
What? What? What plan is this? The guy who can cut anything in two is on board our ship. We're on board the enemy ship. Man, I hope Jill becomes like low-key OP when she's on the water. Like it somehow like gives her, you know, like a waterbender when she when it's like a full moon, she's just like more powerful. That'd be cool. Get to see Jill actually kick some ass. Like how they randomly caught up after dodging the sauce strike. Well, they have engines on the sides of the ship. An odd thought, but is mid from FF5? I don't know, to be honest. This mid is the daughter of Sid. But I don't know much about the earlier FF games, to be honest. I know like 7 and 13, and that's about it. I think it's FF5, it's his son. He's playing again. Yeah, I don't know much about those early ones. To this day, I've only ever beaten Final Fantasy 7 Remake, 13 in all three 13 games. There we go. Mid is an adopted daughter? I don't know, to be honest. I'll take your word for it, but I have no idea. One day did you beat FF Tactics on PS1? I've played the Tactics on Game Boy Advance, but I never beat it. I've played 8 and 9 as well, but I only did like disc 1. I played a bit of 12. I played 11 up to level 10. I beat 14 actually. I beat the base game of 14. 3 parts of 13. Yeah, there's 13. There's 13-2, and then Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns, which is part 3.
No! There he is! He wants him alive! Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you. Extra seconds!
Bro, that does so much damage. Hi, Howler. No, I want to do this. I'm doing good, thank you. You think they might be doing a new part to FF10? I wouldn't be entirely surprised, to be honest. Shit. Fuck off. Oh, these little enemies are so annoying. They just keep getting in my way. It is an RPG. It's more of an action game than anything. I would say this game is like 85% action game, 15% RPG. It has some more open environments, but it's definitely not technically open world. Make sure I get all these bloody healing items.
Many of us.
How's the action? It's good. There's a lot of hitting square and triangle though. In particular square. But I feel like that's almost the standard for an action game. The ship's taking on water. Yeah, JJ, the director of the game, used to work on Devil May Cry. Or Devil May Cry 5, I think it was, or something.
You came.
Get back.
Clive, how did you?
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Yeah, DMC5 was very good.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Oh shit, he's gone full Odin.
Odin. In earnest then.
Bruh, he didn't even flinch. Oh my god. Holy shit, he didn't even like block it, he was only able to like deter him. Oh my god. It's sinking beneath the waves. Is that his ship or ours? I think that was his ship that has Clive and Jill on. It bloody was as well.
Can you go on?
I think so.
Why is it?
But to where?
Why is it not coming down?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill. Do this.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking. light. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods.
Let's try.
So I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might.
Cast off your trust.
God, I have to break that fucking meter. There's no fucking way. No fucking way.
You will assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. You would yield so soon.
Fuck no.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us, it unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos, you wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
Ah, shit.
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
Shit. Bruh. Clive bested. Fuck, man. We're even allowed to beat him. Increases impulse damage by 10%. Hi, earphones. This looks like the beach where you fight that one DLC boss in Bloodborne.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they would have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn.
This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe. But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself. I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
This game is so good. This game is so good. Oh my god. No, I don't have tears. Just, this game is so good. That was a very well done scene, Vansa, I agree. What if the people on the ship are like, oh no, we saw, we just weren't gonna interrupt. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna get batshit crazy, Spudsy. I can feel it.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Hell yeah, this game is so good. Actually, peak video game. So good. Was the dog there the whole time? Yeah, yeah.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherjar, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
Cross the Narrow. It took them 13 years of being coy. God, I gotta think now. I think they've been doing this for like 5 years. Because there was 13 years where they were both prisoners. And then and this is 5 years from then, I think. Like when Sid dies, there's like a 5-year skip after that. Clive has claimed the portion of the icon Shiva's essence. Attuning with Shiva not only changed the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several iconic abilities such as Ice Age, which forcefully knocks back enemies great distances. Ability details are found in the abilities main menu. Shiva's iconic feat, Cold Snap, can be used to swiftly move left, right, forward, or back to either dodge attacks or closing. Now that's what we're talking about. Yes. Mobility.
Assuming Talia will allow it.
Effing mobility, champ. Right, we got a boatload of more side quests. But I'm gonna do them. We've come this far. Look, we still have one more to go as well. One more to unlock. Right, let's have a look at this. It does the most posture damage. Summon a winter storm that freezes enemies in place within a radius before dealing massive ice damage. That's good. Summon a colossal ice crystal that deals continuous damage to all enemies that become trapped inside. Ooh. Unleash a river of icicles that greatly knocks back enemies. It strikes. Hold the button to increase potency. Oh, it does like the fan thing as well. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I've had this on for the longest time because it does loads of stamina damage, posture, whatever you want to call it, and this does the same but more physical damage as well. So I think what I might do is like swap out this for some stuff on this, because although saying that skill's not bad, to be honest. That thing there. Well, there's no harm. We can give him a try and see what we think. Try to do 100% run. I don't know about 100% run, but certainly gonna do all the side quests. The ultimate weapon, the best weapon in the game, you can only unlock by doing. There's a lot of steps to it. You've got to do a series of side quests called Blacksmith Blues. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of that you have to do. Then you have to kill like 3 of the highest ranking notorious monsters to get materials, and then you have to kill another like A rank one as well. So like, where is it? This is one of them. I've already done that one. And then you get like the strongest weapon you can get, and then to make it even stronger, you have to go into New Game Plus and upgrade it further. But yeah. So we're doing side quests. It's a bit of a drag, I must say. Like at this point in the game, I'm like so geared up and I want to just like close it out and get the big W. But yeah, we've come this far doing them all, so we're gonna keep doing them all. Right, let's swap this one out for Shiva for a moment and see what happens. Let's put Diamond Dust on, and then we'll just test these skills out as we go. See how I feel about them. First off, let's talk to you.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Quick
Alliant
look.
reports. I don't really know what a whole Alliant report thing is. I think it just tells you there are side quests out there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
I've almost got the final thing of this as well. I just need like 35 more points.
I may have more for you.
The bad news then.
I was not making Ultimate Weapon in Kingdom Hearts games because with that, it's mostly maxing out item creator and getting the materials. Yeah.
Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
Let's do it. So this is Blacksmith Blues 4. So this will give us a new weapon anyway, which is one of the materials to upgrade towards Ultimate Weapon.
Stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Let's start over local map. Yeah. Let's go here.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Oh, we should probably stock up on healing items
Would you like
as
to
well.
see my wares? Here you are. Thank you. Certainly.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris' scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts.
Hey, Fireplace, how's it going?
Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off. You,
Guys, did you know Fireplace
ready
has a
for the
new
off, then?
VTuber model? Can't waste any more time. Definitely check
Can't
out
afford to waste
Fireplace.
any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Thank you for doing the shout out.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
Gosh.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me.
Dude, he can turn into like a giant demon looking thing.
Give those things what for, yeah?
He's gonna be fine. Alright, let's try these new powers, shall we?
Which one of you's first?
Jesus, that did a lot of damage.
Too slow. Nice try.
It recharges really fast as well. This thing. Holy shit, it charges fast. Oh, it's a griffin. Oh, fucking hell, Jesus.
Well done, Togo. Come on.
Jesus. It's an easy win. And what do I get if I win?
Apparently not.
God, that thing's buff.
You're not getting past me.
Wait, if I do it as a parry, they get frozen for longer. Bro, Shiva is so powerful! Fuck, circle now. It's circle to dodge now. Just get that in at the end. Yes, if you get the parry, it freezes them for longer. Shiva's really good. And that attack takes no time at all. Oof. Got too cheeky there. See, I still don't have my fire or my earth. That's the idea, villain. That's the idea. I think it was Henge.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
Are you like 90% in? Probably like 85 at this
As
point.
many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. But you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
We've got a lot of side quests to do, Fireplace, but we're gonna do them. We're gonna do them.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Accepted the cracked anvil from Zoltan.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravojd in the first place? Hmm? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Fuck yeah. I need to also sort out my abilities because I'm definitely keeping Shiva on. Get rid of that hurricane that keeps fucking me up. Reset this. Reset that one. And yeah. Yeah. Question is, that one does decent damage to both, and it's just like a big AoE. Then a colossal ice crystal deals continuous damage to all enemies that become trapped inside. I would kind of rather take this one. Thank you, earphones. Is it because you can't see past the tornado? Yes. It's not the end of the world though. I've done loads of parries and evasions in the middle of that tornado, even when I can't see enemies. And honestly, I find it like the coolest thing, but yeah. Let's reset this one. We'll level this up. And do I have the points for this? I don't. Wait, how many points does it fucking take? Bloody hell, how many points? Whacking with sword harder. That's my style. Keeping that, that's for sure. Ignition. Ignition is like alright. I just don't really have much better than it, to be honest. Well, I forgot that one instead. Now I don't have like any Ifrit spells on except my limit break. 50. It would still take like 6k to master that. If I master this, sneeze. If I master this, I can equip it no matter which thing it's attached to. Like, I don't have to be on Bowman. I could be on Shiva and use this. Oh, and it does tons of damage. So what if I reset this? Thank you, Master. And master this one. Still don't have enough points. I could master Diamond Dust. You doubt? No, I sneezed into my shoulder. A polite way to sneeze. Or I could master Flames of Rebirth. Yeah, same answer. The fact that it lets you like freely go back on stuff is really nice. I need like 1500 more points. What do I remove though? That's the question. I don't know. If I reset this. Nah. It would take me basically everything. Get that equipped. And then I don't know what I'll do. But now I don't even have like this ability. I don't know, it seems like such a cost. Let's take this one off for Mesmerize. I like Mesmerize because it hits multiple enemies. And put Rising Flames on this. Raging Fists. Oh, I could unlearn Raging Fists. And Upheaval. Not a lot though. Not even enough to buy that one. Auto upgrade it, I should say. Will-o'-the-Wisp, reset that. Give me my points back for that. Reset that. Kick off an enemy, increasing jump height. I don't need it. Keep that. Evade. Can't reset the basic abilities. Magic Burst. Triangle immediately after landing a melee attack. I don't even use that half the time. Gives me 300 points. That lets me upgrade this.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pep, you know.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Oh. Merry fucking Christmas.
Sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Been a long time coming, but we finally did them. And we've got all the green shit. I think we've maxed that out. Right, Gotterdammerung design draft. So we have Ragnarok, which we can turn into this later, and then on New Game Plus we can turn that weapon into Ultima weapon. Look, Dirk, what the? Thank you, Dirk. Hello, Dirk.
Trouble with your gear, or...
I have no idea what Ultima Weapon looks like. Have a good night, Sick.
So, will it be?
Ai sobrando.
And? Well.
Forgive me, I have my speaker turned down, so like... It's the first time seeing my face cam. I've done it a bunch of times.
What's saying for you, dear?
To be honest. Yeah, no, I use face cam out whenever I feel like it. Cheers, thank you, Dirk. Can everybody in chat just say thank you to Dirk, whether you got a sub or not? Just do it, please.
That might interest you. I have quite the find for you today. What subject shall we consider today?
Thank you, Sonic. Right, side quest city. I like this. I'm rarely ever a fan of the best weapon in RPG being some random drop or thing found in a chest. There's also a forging system. Trying the best weapon forging quest is much better. Yeah, there's like story. Like one thing that this game does really, really well is it forces you to see the plight of the people in the world. So like in 13, for example, I feel like it does the reverse of that, and it's just like about these like 6 people or whatever. But in this, it's very much just like so many people are suffering. And I'm not just talking about like the blacksmith's backstory and how he had a fight with his friend. I mean like people are dying as slaves and turning into stone, and people don't care. Like shit. Yeah. Yeah. Neither Coastburgers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain despite apparent unrest and recent investigation. It's not too much trouble. Like, yeah, let's do it.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
How are you doing, Dirk? Are you alright? That sword looks pretty fucking nice. You're off work for a week? God damn. Hell yeah. Oops, got any plans? I'm just gonna be streaming. Nope. That's how I do it. It visually goes very well with this protagonist, yeah. He's a
Come back.
a real nice guy, is Clive.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Got some Chad people here dropping into it. Dirk's just a madman. Might see your parents, but that's it. Well, I hope you have a good time.
You said. I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
There's even more. Clutch Mine Magic Ash. Ability points 2500. Ring of Swift Shot. Genji gloves. To sale. Okay. There's loads of stuff to do.
Sid.
The plan: eat, play video games, say you'll get some sleep, but then stay up, play video games, gain weight, and lose once. Go back to work. Somebody has to do it. Where am I going? Over here. So many side quests to do. I feel like this is going to be the last like wave of side quests though. That's kind of what my gut tells me and what I'm hoping is the case.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Hello? I'm looking for person. Oh, you're inside. Oh no, that's a different quest.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Found you.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrec. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Where are we going? Down here. Let's go. Can't wait to try this new weapon. Woman stealer.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
We're kidding. Yeah, this game's dark. People like being left to rot and die as the birds pick on them. Children with like knives to their throats. Slaves. People being like... some of the slaves have the ability to use magic just naturally. But the more they do it, the more their body turns to stone. So there was like one scene where like this guy who runs a blacksmith, he's shouting at these three people, being like, no, it needs to be hotter, it needs to be hotter. And like you can see their bodies just turn into stone and he just doesn't care. It's pretty fucking serious, this game. Honestly.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet.
There was even a love scene.
Did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
This is Vtuber. Not gonna lie, I might take off the beam. I feel like it's too single target heavy, you know. I like the specials that deal with several enemies at once, like this. So I might unlearn that one. It's a shame. I love Bahamut, but I just don't think it's my style in this game. Plus, it's fucking expensive, is all that stuff. So.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be.
Yeah, that's true
I
answer. Yeah.
surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
I remember, like, early on in the game, there was a cutscene where we saved some bearers, but, like, they were actually upset at us because they were like, now they'll just kill us. You know, at least we had, like, a roof over our head, you know, like... So they definitely do a very good job of, like, exposing you to all the plights of the people, you know.
Welcome back,
I really appreciate that.
Doris's message just arrived.
Hey, Max.
I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be alright.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Now, could you say that with a bit more emotion? Cheese and crackers for breakfast? Damn. I had cereal, a yogurt, and an orange. Okay, let's go over there. Do that one.
Come back.
Yeah, admittedly there are a lot, like, bear in mind there's like 20 hours worth of cutscenes in this game, but there's
at Molly's lemon tarts. I've never had
Those like less important cutscenes where the characters like they basically use an AI to make the lips move, you know, and there's not much going on upstairs. But that's kind of been a thing in Final Fantasy for like ever. Remember like in 10.2, I'm not sure about 12, but how like the NPCs would have a lower resolution model than the main cast. When I noticed that in 10.2, it like kind of ruined the game for me. I was like, oh, it's so hard to look at that. Everybody else is rendered. Everybody who's not important is rendered.
I was hoping to see. Do you have a
looking.
Don't tell me.
Worse. I don't know.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
Sure.
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind, and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
It'll do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
What a weird guy. There's one over here. There's also a side quest over here. Our protagonist's intonation is kind of dark and grey at all times. Yeah, he has a very grisly voice. Good guy though.
Why?
This is no time to ride. Good girl.
Away!
Time to fight.
Am I heading the right way? No. As a matter of fact, I'm not. Oops, I need to sort of the stuff. Hang on. Let's unlearn this. Get all my points back. Master that. And what else did I do? I took that off. Get that back as well. Which is messing up again? How so? Oh, that's... I've got 6,400 points to spend. What do I want to level up? I could... Oh, I also took this off, didn't I? Oh yeah, because I put that fire wing on. Which is a good spell, but this can drag enemies around. You know what? Yeah, give me that back. Let's master that. Now, let's master this. So I can do as much posture damage as possible. And now I need to equip it. Earth and Fury. That's already on. Phoenix and Ignition. Cool. You can give all the enemies back from. What with all the eyes?
I'll need to deal with these ones first. It's over.
Oh, with all posture damage. Is that it?
Find this spherical echo.
I'll take that, thank you. One down, two to go.
Right then.
Over here. Oh god, there's so many quests to do. Please make this the last of them all. Please. Right, I have to go all the way up there. Damn. Bosh damage. Gamer mode. Gamer mode.
Good girl.
Let's go.
Faster.
At the map. Let's take this. Oh, hello. No worries, Vansa. Get some sleep. Thank you for hanging out. Take it easy now. Right, let's see what level 3 Cold Snap does. Lots of ice. Oh, I was like, that was easy, and it was because we're not there yet. Wait, Vansa, don't you want to see the outcome of the betting from earlier? I think that's a chest I already opened. Aha.
This won't be easy.
It was invalid. Bruh. I've been watching the clock, patiently waiting. Soups. I've legit been watching the clock, just like counting down the minutes.
2 down.
Waiting to like take all your points away. Man, what a shame. That's disappointing.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Yawn all fucking want now.
Straight home now.
That was easy.
That's all of them.
And that's all of them. But first, I'll just leave this on. And cross their toes. That's a new one.
One can uncross his toes now.
Go back. What was I fighting? It's difficult to explain. I'm not 100% certain what they are yet, to be honest.
Covered in nicks and lumps that are...
They're sort of like creatures that
Oh,
are tied to
wasn't
these
expecting
ruins
you
or
back so
something
soon.
from an ancient time ago.
All done?
That's all I can tell you.
How was she? The Enterprise.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Good.
Well, I'm
thankfully.
alive, aren't I? That's good news.
That's brilliant. Thanks a blimmin' million. I'll fit
He
him to
made
the
it.
smelter right away.
Of course I did. Of course I did. As soon as I saw people were betting against me, I was like, right.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
Buy that clasp. Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal.
Fireplace went all in.
Well, if you insist.
So if you're watching this on the YouTube video, there was a prediction an hour ago to see if I would yawn within this hour. And as soon as I saw everybody voted yes, and nobody voted no, not a single person. And of course, me being competitive, I was like, okay, well,
What do you reckon?
I'll show you.
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all
He
kinds of
secretly
uses
yawned
for
when
it
he
around the hideaway.
sneezed, and I threw.
Can't think of any right now, but
If I was
Hard
here, I
job,
would have
innit?
voted no for the 3
dreaming up
points.
new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
There was 92k on yes. Yeah. And not a single on no. Do you know what it makes me think of? Is that episode of... South Park where the devil boxes Jesus and he throws the fight. So everybody like loses their money or some shit. I can carry more items. Woo! Right, that's all the side quests done here. So we got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. Holy mother. Okay, well let's get fucking cracking.
But there were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
I told you, chat, don't bet against me. How many times? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson? Just don't. It's a bad idea.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of
Final
Elders,
10%, but you haven't got all the
second only to his
collectibles and
radiance
bosses
at
yet.
the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke.
I'm hoping the game will give me
What does he want with Northreach?
He wants
the
to
chance
transform it
to
into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which
do
to
all
build a
the
new
cleanup
Sanbreque.
before I
He's
decide
already
to begin a new
secured the
game plus,
support
like how
of various
Sekiro does it.
army remnants.
It all goes
He
back to Souls
promises that they
games,
shall be
Chan.
afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sanbreque. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
See what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Is that a challenge?
I may have met this Duke before.
No, it's a statement of
The
fact.
remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention to a bloody thing she said.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Mess. I took a calculated risk, but man, I'm bad at math. Mess up, probably.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the man over.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Hey Zen, what's up?
Why? You're stalling.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
I got peppers to numb your tongue up.
Can't believe the main character's name is Clive. Yeah, but isn't the main character of like Final Fantasy 2 or 3 named Bart? And then one of them's called Onion Knight.
You're the
Yeah.
one who's talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Final Fantasy 5. Final Fantasy 5. According to this. Bart's Klauser. Bart's. It's Bart with a Z.
I left.
Is that Wolflink? Nah. That's Torgal.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders...
I find that a really funny argument, right? not you, Master, but like the idea of people complaining that his name is Clive, because like
we'll all reap the benefits.
if you named somebody Clive in real life, there'd be no one would bat an eyelid, right? But then if you named somebody like Cloud or Apple, it's suddenly like, oh, why though? So like, I don't know, like, make your mind up.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Why is his name so realistic?
He's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. But, I mean,
Oh, do you know what I mean?
You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the empires.
You've never met a Clive. Me neither, actually, Otter.
And if that means people who don't know one end
Me
of a sword
neither.
from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
I imagine they went with the name Clive to make it more like believable. Do you know what I mean?
Do you have a moment?
For you, certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help?
I think ultimately, if that's
I
what their
wanted to ask
intent
you
is,
about the
that's a
Duke
good
of Oriflamme.
idea.
Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds.
Seems set inappropriate.
It's my
Yeah,
sworn
exactly.
duty
Yeah.
as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how.
Hey Havoc,
Well,
how's it going?
Duty calls. So I
Do
better
you know
go.
what else names?
Thanks again.
Speaking of names, right? Let's talk about names for a moment, yeah? In America, I don't know about now, but at least in the past,
It seems Philippe
the
wants to do
name
the right thing at least.
Veruca,
Expect Isabel will
I
be
think,
pleased to hear that.
was popular, right? Do you know what a Veruca is? It's like some kind of like footwart or something. So, yeah. So I feel like the whole like argument of Clive's name sounding dumb, it's obviously it's very opinionated, but to me it feels like a really dense argument. Do you know?
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
You've never heard of anyone being named Veruca? I know of somebody who's named Veruca. You feeling kind of mixed? Well, I hope things get better for you soon. Also, how's it going to
So
Retham?
Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly
Your name
help to
means
hold back
town.
the fools.
My middle name is a Welsh word that means
Though
blessed
I doubt it
sword.
will come as much consolation
So,
to the townspeople whose
I've got
worldly
that.
goods are
I'm
confiscated
also an
to pay for it.
Aries, and I'm
You
a
deserve to
dragon.
be heard, Clive.
I'm basically a
To have a
protagonist,
say in
chat.
this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their
Protagonist
obedience
Ghost.
more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be
I've also got
sacrificed
the
for
troubled
greater good.
backstory.
Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank.
We know, did you? We know.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sandbreck, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
Why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when
Anthony
they do
is
come back,
definitely not my
we
name.
need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally
That sounds
convinced
cool,
me,
Raw.
Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Your IRL name means master or something. At least guess a UK name. Anthony's about as USA as it gets. Well, I'd rather people not guess my name. Although, to be honest, I've considered just like using my first name on stream before and just being like, alright, this is my name now. Because like, when I think about Max, as I recall, Max is not his like actual name. I believe it's Miles, I think. But Max is just such a... Do you know what I mean? It's so like ordinary in a way. Do you know?
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you.
It's not like
I need to take something to
Maximilian. Sorry, not you, Max Bleat.
Thought it was about
Maximilian dude.
growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in
Profound,
servitude,
not profound.
but now
It's
they're
just
their
so
own
like.
masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for
Imagine
themselves.
you
So
have a
it's up to us to
choice,
teach
right?
them.
Let's just create
you're
some
wondering why you,
hypothetical streamer, whatever, right? And their Twitch username is something
more
like
and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to
Bloodborne
worry.
Pro
And
or
if he's
whatever. I
likely to
don't
share
fucking
those
know, right?
concerns with anyone, it's you.
And you can either call him Pro or BB, or you could just call him his ordinary name.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to.
Do you know what I mean?
There. That should be enough to keep him
Daniel,
in
isn't
Gazal
it?
Greens for a few years
What,
at least.
Max? Maximilian Dude?
Gazal Greens.
Milky Mike? Nah, it's definitely not Daniel.
Exploring
No
crop, I'll
way.
admit. But they're hardy.
Me?
They
No,
grow fast,
shut up.
and they fill a hole.
My name is
That and
not
something that'll
Daniel.
wither away at first frost. And chocobos love
John
it
Smith
too,
VT.
which
Yeah,
is no
exactly.
small
And it's just
thing.
like,
When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its
call
feet,
him by the
I
real
mean
name,
all of
or
us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
bollocks. Fine, you're a Richard. I am not. Can we stop guessing what my name is, please? I'm not sure what the fascination is with Vtuber's names, even if you know it. It's just not her name. Maybe it's something to do with these intense parasocial relationships people form. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
I really want to avoid the idea of parasocial relationships.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since
Like, I
gone
don't
to
want
seed.
y'all in chat to
Only
develop
without the
parasocial
seeds.
relationships
Martha
and
was
vice
hoping he might be
versa.
able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these. So that they'll
What's
be
so
able to fend for
funny?
themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here.
Sorry,
They
it's
know little of
unavoidable.
freedom,
Fuck.
of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one
You're a
master
big
for
shot on the
another.
center stage.
Not that
Oh
myself and
god.
the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do.
Better start throwing things at me
About
then,
time we
Max.
all start
Like
to provide for ourselves,
eggs and shit.
bearers and guardians alike.
What if I just like
We've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides.
what if I
bolstering
just
our
pretend I've
defenses.
got a different name each time? So like, oh, I'm like, oh hi, my name's Clive. And then tomorrow I'm just like a different name. And then a different
all of them. Time it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements. Yes, sir.
Maybe that's the raid. When somebody raids me, I'm like, hi, my name's Ted.
Akashic, a
Which it's
veritable
not.
legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now.
That should be Rinty.
We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself
Damn,
and the
David.
Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do,
We may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live,
If you're
not
Ted,
die
you can have a
fighting
TED
for their
talk.
lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal
Of
to
course
them.
I'm right. I'm the protagonist.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Can really mess
Sir
with
Ray
anyone
fights
that
to give
asks,
you lot
yeah,
a chance, just like I do.
and
just like
say
Sid
what do you
does.
want it to be. If I said
We
that,
all
people would
wanted
just
to
like
give you a home where you could
say
be
mean
free.
stuff.
And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village.
Like
Your
Throne
home.
recently set up a thing where like you can send gifts to people
You don't fight to protect what's
even if it's
yours,
not on their wish list.
you'll lose it.
My immediate thought was like, people are just gonna
I'm
throw
right.
like all sorts of awful things at people.
Everything from you.
Like send them pet rocks and all sorts of shit that they don't want or need, and it's just
Homes, your freedom,
feels like a bad
your
idea
very
to me.
lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you?
Do you know what I mean, villain?
Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourself?
Oh, there's a privacy,
Or will you fight like free men
but
and
they can
women?
still send things that's not on the streamer's wish list. So hypothetically, if I set that up, which I haven't, and I'm not going to, y'all could just like buy me something really inappropriate.
Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have,
You know,
I don't
the
want
kind
to
of
lose
thing
it.
that like I would open the
I
box
will
and be
protect
like,
what's mine. Or
I have to
die
destroy
trying.
this. What was it?
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
You see what I mean? Villains basically admitting that they would do it.
For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Set up Amazon ID and ship
Don't
your
mention it.
your own thing to a
Just
streamer.
promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
I don't know, I've never really had any issues with Throne myself. I think that the power to send people things
Thanks to you.
that aren't on their wish list is too
I
too
just love
dangerous.
the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll
Gives
divide
people too
our
much
forces
power.
into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village.
Hi, Link.
Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village.
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them. And for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
It wouldn't go without
Do our
weirdness.
bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Arthur.
Villain would immediately try to break here.
The calm before the storm.
There's a lot of them.
And here it comes. I will not let this village fall.
Stay down! You're finished!
I'm not going to use my spells because there's just going to be more enemies, so I might as well be more reserved. Now I'll use a spell.
You lose.
Oh, that was easy.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Alright, where's this big kitty cat? Can I teleport there? No.
Next one's mine. I might not know one.
You right, man? Our plan is to do all the side quests, but we still got quite a few left, and then we'll take a break.
There it is.
Bro, it does so much posture damage, that is ludicrous. Fucking countered it. Speaking of, you've seen this Necron and its pimp hand. That's what I'm calling it now. It's got a big fucking pimp hand.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
What? Is it Copium because of Necrons? You should be grateful, right, villain? You should be grateful. I'll tell you why. I did, what was it, like almost a 9-hour stream yesterday, and I didn't make a single D's Nuts joke. It's been literally 24 hours, and I've not made a D's Nuts joke.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think
It doesn't count when there's only one mod to witness that. Bro, there's only ever one mod.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool. And we shall.
Oh god, it has. Are you feeling
all
okay?
shall. Together.
I'm fine, I'm fine.
This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away, they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
I'm actually out of peanuts as well. It's empty now.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians.
Good.
Your father took pity
Joke's
on
on
the
you,
bearer's
there's
plight,
another bag downstairs.
And I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same.
East
I'll
Pudlian
have to
sounds
pull my
worse
weight
than
too.
East Poolian.
Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance.
Why?
I haven't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
How did you deliver any seeds into Jill? What are you talking about? Martha's like, wait, what?
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together?
Yes.
Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Right, I gotta go back. Over here.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day. That whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it...
Oh, they laughed at each other. I thought you were laughing at something I did. That seems more like your MO.
Sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a
No,
wonderful
everything's
idea.
about me. Tell that to my anxiety and paranoia villain. That's not vanity. That's anxiety. Three quests to go. And then we'll take a break. And we'll push on with the story again.
Everything's back the way it was.
I knew it would be this guy, Lubar.
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought
DG's
everyone
Brit. Oh
together.
god, yeah.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely
I haven't
wonderful.
worked
Conrad
at my
Natalie's
like
hands
previous
remain safely away
place of
from each
employment
other's
in like
throats and firmly
3.5,
at the helm.
maybe 4 years,
stores are
and yet
full
I still
and
had
the
a
bandits
nightmare
still
just
too
this morning
disorganized
or
to raise
last
them.
night, whatever you want to call it,
Just as
about
the good
working
Lady
there
Jane
and
Lord
staff being
Underhill
shouted at
intended.
in the face by management.
Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But
Back
if
behind the counter
people
again,
wish me
yeah.
to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are.
You're gonna fight him off, kid.
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
Sure, I'll do it.
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
Over this way.
A League of Outlaws.
I almost wish like these side quests would cut to the point, like just get right to it. Don't dance around the point. Just be like, Clive, can you go kill those people? Like, sure.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about
Good for you,
exploiting.
Master.
Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
That's a good point, Villain, actually.
Just
like,
there, across the dunes.
If there were a few more side quests which were just more light-hearted or funny, that would be really good. And to be honest, I actually feel like that'd be quite on brand for Final Fantasy. Having a few more comical side quests. Still debating if I like that one skill or not. It does recharge really fast. Teach a tomberry not to stab anyone. Why not like hook this guy up with his tomberry yandere waifu? Only to see him get stabbed. Let's try out the other spells real quick. This one. That one does more damage. Sounds like a funny rom-com. Let's put Ice Edge on. No, actually. Let's try out Rhyme. I haven't tried that yet. At least it's not favorless, not bland happy ending every time. Better grim dark than boring. Yeah, no, like overall, I do feel like pro of the side quests. It really makes you bear witness and empathize with the NPCs of the world, like all the innocent people and whatnot. Cons of the side quest. The animation on the characters is a little monotone. That's just a Square Enix thing. But also, some of them are a bit like, don't really care that much about what's going on, do you know? It'd be nice to have a few more light-hearted ones. Just to change the pace a bit, you know?
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying.
Who cares if he's a bearer at this point?
I wouldn't blame him.
The sky has turned red.
No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
and now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running.
But we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
How much do you want to bet the children stand in front of him and the adults come to their senses?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But
perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. but I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. Your reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
This questline doesn't have a happy ending. What the fuck? That might be the first the first we've seen like that. Jesus. God damn. Okay, let's go back here. We've still got 2 quests to do, but I'm probably gonna take a break before I do those 2 because man, it's been like almost 4 hours. I need to step up. Oh, step away. But I want to check something.
How may I help you today, Clive?
Give me all of these points. Thank you. 1965 for the next one. This last one, Fallen Enigma.
Best of luck out there.